Hello YouTube and welcome to the comic book channel. In today's video I'll be showing my pickups from the local comic book shop for the week of October 12th, 2022. I also will be showing my pickups from last week. I didn't go pick up my books last week, so I'm going to do a double video, and also this is the very cool head cold edition. So if my voice sounds ridiculous, more ridiculous than normal, that's why. I can't actually hear it, so it probably sounds terrible. To get us started is this book by Glenn Danzig. I only picked these up because it's Glenn Danzig, so I don't know anything about these books. I assume they're really bad, and I don't even know how to say that. Saint-Tanika versus someone else, Demon 2? I don't know. I mean, look at the artwork on that. It's interesting. But yeah, it's Glenn Danzig, so I picked them up. That and the one that starts with a V that I always pick up. I don't know what that's called either. Next up is a new #1 from Mad Cave Studios. This is A Legacy of Violence. This is a really cool cover I like a lot. I'm excited to read this issue and see what happens in it. Man, my ear is just having a wonderful time. We've got a new #1 from Antarctic Press. This is Unprepped #1. I think this is supposed to tell the story of how no matter how prepared you think you are for an apocalypse or something, or post-apocalyptic world, you're not really actually prepared. Which I could see that. I could see a lot of those people who do that doomsday prepping and have those like little fallout shelters stocked with supplies and everything. Man, you might think that you're like good to go, but Jesus, I can't imagine whenever somebody else comes up and wants to take your stuff or whatever, all those scenarios you see in those movies or shows. I would not want to live in that world. I hate to say that I would rather just die in whatever killed most of the population off, but that's honestly how I feel. Next up from Scout Comics is a new #1. This is the West Moon Chronicle #1. There's definitely a moon. I don't know if it's in the West or not, but this is a chronicle of that story. From Archie Horror, here's The Chilling Adventures of Salem one-shot. This looks super cool. I love Salem. I love the Archie and Sabrina stuff. This should be really awesome. I like the dogs at the bottom too with the eyes. The silhouette with the eyes. It's really cool. Here from IDW is Kevin Eastman's B variant for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 133. This is part of the Armageddon game tie-in. Here's issue #4 from IDW of Dark Spaces Wildfire. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the first issue on a previous show, but this is a really, really cool series. If you're not checking it out, if you haven't picked it up or anything, you're definitely going to want to check this out. Really, really cool stuff. Sorry, I'm going to plug my ear because it's making some noise that's driving me crazy. So I'm going to look more insane now than I normally do. My apologies. Over to Boom Studios. Here is Once and Future, issue #30. This is the final issue of Once and Future. It's over. It's been a cool book. I'm excited to see how it ends here. But that's it for at least this first volume of Once and Future. Here's a new #1 from Boom. This is The Approach #1. I did also pick up the 1/25 incentive variant for The Approach. Got a cool like 70s movie poster kind of homage there, so there's that. Next up, we've got this book that I won't even try to pronounce because I will definitely get it wrong. So there's that, another new #1 from Image this week. We've got a 4th printing on issue #1 of 8 Billion Genies. This is such a cool book. There's not much for me to say about it. I know everybody's read it, so If you're one of the 2 people on Earth who hasn't read 8 Billion Genies #1 yet, get on it. It's freaking awesome. even if you've got to pick up a fourth print, because the first print is, I don't know, I think it's like a $25 to $40 book now, I believe. But grab one of these fourth printings then. Here's issue 334 of Spawn. Spawn doing Spawn things as Spawn does. Here's one that I'm really excited to read. This is Halloween Party. It's got Jerry Duggan, Brian Posehn on it. Also some Scott Koblish. I don't know who Scott Koblish is, but I also don't know who Scott McTerrian is. But he presents this book, so this sounds fun. This is a jack-o'-lantern behind a American flag with a bunch of bullet holes, I'm guessing. Interesting stuff here. Over to DC Comics. We've got Wonder Woman 792. Wonder Woman and Cheetah cover there. Really awesome. I think this is Joel Jones. It is. Joel Jones and Jordi Belair. So a really, really cool cover there. Wonder Woman, always good. Never disappoints. If you guys don't read Wonder Woman, you definitely should. It's been very, very good lately. The writing on it's been outstanding. Here is the 6th and final issue in the limited series of the Jurassic League. We're wrapping it up here. This has just been fun and stupid. It's dinosaurs. It's fun. Here is a new Bat #1, again, with a whole bunch of Bat people. This is Batman Incorporated #1. That's the regular A cover, and that's the only one I picked up. Here is issue number 16 of Superman, Son of Kal-El. Reunited, and it feels so good. This is just a one-shot. This is DC's Terrors Through Time #1. This is a really cool VHS variant cover that I like a lot. And then I also picked up the 1 in 25 for this. I think I picked it up because I can't remember this dude's name, but I think it's his first appearance or first cover appearance or something. I don't know. There's something going on. And then there's something cool going on. There's like a Swamp Thing story in here that sounds really cool too. So I figured, why not? Next up, we've got issue number 4 of Daredevil. That's the regular cover, and somehow I accidentally picked up this cover as well. But it's cool. It's got some fun characters in it. We got Daredevil, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Cap. We've got the Elektra Daredevil suit back there. I don't know what's going on. Here is issue number 11 of Venom, and this is somebody's variant. I can't remember who. No, I have no clue. There's no signature on the cover that I see. But it's a cool cover. Very, very dark. Long tongue cover. Here is the proper A cover. Then we've got Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 11, The Return of Hobgoblin. But which one? I don't know. Have to read it to find out. Here's Ghost Rider number 7. Ghost Rider's been really fun. This volume's been really good. I like it a lot. It's crazy, all over the place. And this one's got another new character in it. I think their name is Exhaust. Really, really interesting looking character. I'd actually like to spoil that for you really quick if I can. And show you this character. So, spoiler alert. If you're reading Ghost Rider and you don't want to see this character, then look away for a second. But if you don't mind, in 3, 2, 1, this is the Exhaust. Super awesome, crazy looking character. He's like a motorcycle flesh man. I don't know. Looks pretty cool to me. But I like that weird Ghost Rider-y stuff. So there is Ghost Rider issue 7. Part of the Judgment Day tie-in, here's Fantastic Four, issue 48. We've got Black Panther number 10, and I was only able to score this variant because all the A covers were gone. And even though it's on my pool, my friendly local comic book shop did not put it in my pool for this week. But that's okay, because they always take care of me everywhere else. So no complaints. Here is issue number 1 in the new volume of Star Wars: The High Republic. Published by Marvel. I feel like The High Republic was being published by somebody else. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. We got Star Wars Visions number 1. I really dig this cover. This is a cool cover. Really awesome. Really awesome use of black and white there with a little bit of red. Dig it. Here is a really cool cover. This is Wakanda number 1. I'm just really liking this cover a lot. Good stuff. And then last up for this week is another part of the Judgment Day tie-in. This is Wolverine issue 25. There's Logan on the cover there. Being Logan, popping his claws. All right, we will get to the stack of stuff from last week now. So here we are returning to last Wednesday and showing those books. First from Black Caravan, this is The Shepherd, The Pit, number 1. Next up from Black Caravan again is John Clark's Something Juicy. That's a really weird cover. Here's a book that I've been super stoked about. Again, I wasn't able to make it to my shop last week, so I had to pick up my books this week from last week. So I haven't been able to read this yet, but I'm really excited to read it. This is Earth Divers Kill Columbus, number 1. I've just heard some great stuff, and it looks really cool. Concept sounds great. So I'm excited to check that one out. If you guys have read it, let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. Here from IDW is Saturday Morning Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 1. Man, this is like my jams here. I'm so excited for this. I lived for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series when I was a kid. I watched it so many times over and loved it so much. So this is going to be really cool. Love the art on it. Super awesome. From Dark Horse Comics, here's Leonide, the Vampire Miracle at the Crow's Head, number 1. I don't know. Looks cool. Excited as hell for this one too. Sorry, first appearance of the dogs. Here is Night of the Ghoul, number 1. From Scott Snyder and Francisco Francavilla. That just looks amazing. Sounds amazing. Really cool creative team. I am stoked for this one. This is a Comixology original, so I think this came out digitally first, but it sounds awesome. Here's issue number 2 of Minor Threats. Issue number 1 was really good. Excited to see where issue 2 goes. Here's a book I'm really stoked about. I liked the first issue a lot. This is the kind of horror series that takes place in a comic shop. This is Shock Shop issue number 2 from Cullen Bunn. And this has a really cool cover, and I'm just stoked about that. I cannot wait to read issue number 2. Here is Archie Halloween Spectacular number 1. Archie, always super fun. And then we've got the second printing of Sabrina the Teenage Witch Anniversary Special. Here from Image's Top Cow imprint is Revolvers number 1. I don't know, man. It's Top Cow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Top Cow is super hit or miss for me. Here from Image Proper is Kaya number 1. And I like this a lot because it gives like the little log line or whatever, maybe a synopsis at the bottom. So After their village is destroyed, a young girl with a magic arm and a fighting spirit is tasked with delivering her little brother to a far-away safe harbor. There, he is destined to discover the secret to overthrowing the all-powerful empire that destroyed their home. So that's really cool. Take note, comic book creators, if any of you happen to be watching this video, that is great. If you guys could do that in your books, that would be like so greatly appreciated. So many of these things come out. Of course, people read solicits like months ahead of time and stuff, but by the time the book comes out, you usually forget what the solicit even said. So this is really cool and really helpful. I like that a lot. Big shout out to Wes Craig with Wordy Plus and World for doing that. You guys are awesome. Very, very, I can't think of the word. You have a good amount of foresight or something. I don't know. Here's 3 Keys, issue number 1. I'd like to tell you what this is about, but they didn't give me the little synopsis at the bottom, so I have no clue. I'm going to assume that these 3 people, even though there's only 2 on the cover, each have a key for something, and they have to do something, and something happens, and that guy is a Tiger Man. Next up is Rogue Sun, issue number 7. See what it does? We had Kaya, and we were able to read that synopsis and then say something about the book. Whenever you're just showing books and you haven't read them yet, it's hard to really talk about them if you don't have a synopsis. Now, I know that Junkyard Joe is a tie-in to Geiger. It comes from that world, and I'm pretty sure Junkyard Joe was like the robot soldier guy. So that's cool, and it's got a cool cover, but we can't really talk about it because we don't have a synopsis on the cover like Kaya did, because Kaya's awesome. Guys, here is Dark Ride, issue number 1. Super cool cover. Stoked to read that book. Let's get over to Marvel. We've got the 0 issue of Miracle Man. Miracle Man, issue 0. Miracle Man. Next up is the new number 1 from Dan Slott, Mark Bagley, somebody Dell, and somebody else. This is Spider-Man. Spider-Man, for you guys who don't know, Spider-Man is a spider who dresses up like a man. He was bitten by a radioactive human and turned into a human spider. So he can do things like go to school and take tests and get girlfriends and stuff like that. Work for a newspaper because he had inherited the powers of a man. But then he gets bogged down with some of his normal spider stuff, like spinning webs and sticking to walls and stuff too. So it's a pretty interesting concept for a book. Definitely want to check that one out. Speaking of Spider-Man, here's Edge of Spider-Verse, issue 5. Cool cover on that. All these A covers for Edge of Spider-Verse have been really cool in this volume. Here is Hulk. Hulk Planet starts here. In here, this is where you're going to get Hulk Planet starting. So check that out if you like Hulk and planets. Next up is Marauders, issue number 7. We have one of the coolest reprints. I'm super stoked they reprinted this. This is I am thinking it's a facsimile edition. Maybe not. No, it's not a facsimile, right? Facsimiles don't put, oh, it is a facsimile. Okay, cool. Well, this is Tomb of Dracula 1. It's got the old ad on the back and inside and all that. You can get this cool bicycle. That's really what people got it for back in the day. You didn't really read the comics. You were just trying to get the coupons and stuff to buy like the bicycle and stuff like that. But here is this really cool facsimile for Tomb of Dracula 1. Because look, it is going to be hard to obtain a Tomb of Dracula 1 not reprinted now. Part of the Judgment Day tie-in. Here's X-Men Red, issue 7. we have the all-new, all-different Savage Avengers 2099. No, this is just the Savage Avengers, issue 6. Cool cover there. Here is Star Fox. This is a one-shot of Star Fox. Star Fox one-shot. Here is the X-Men one-shot for the AXE tie-in. So was that Star Fox. I was trying to find like a cool way to say the name, but I don't know what it was. Over to DC Comics, here's Dark Crisis, the Deadly Green, #1. Super Swamp Thing. We've got every Batman cover known to man for issue 128. There's that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. And then last up is Poison Ivy, issue #4. This is... Oh, I don't know. This is one of the B variants. This is the B variant, right? That's what we'll call it. I don't know how to say that artist's name. It's the one that's been doing the Catwoman covers. That lady. Guys, those are my pickups for the week, this week, and last week. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys picked up. Let me know if I missed out on anything awesome. And as always, I appreciate you guys checking out my video. Until next time, thank you so much, and I'll see you then.